and gentlemen, welcome to the ASEAN-Pacific Alliance Experience Exchange. My name is Dr. Franz Teguh. I serve as Senior Advisor to the Minister for Sustainable Development and Conservation, Ministry of Tourism, Republic of Indonesia. Today, I'm honored to share with you Indonesia's journey and strategic direction in building a future-oriented, inclusive, and resilient tourism ecosystem through sustainable development. This presentation will explore our milestones, policy framework, certification system, and best practices across destinations and communities in Indonesia. Indonesia began its formal journey towards sustainable tourism in 2004 with the development of green homestays. This was followed by the adoption of green hotel, marking our commitment to environmentally responsible hospitality. In 2016, shows the formal issuance of the Minister Regulation 2016, which aligned Indonesia's sustainable tourism standard with the Global Sustainable Tourism Council, or GSTC. This era was marked by intense capacity building, national conferences, and international forums, including Indonesia Sustainable Tourism Award, or ISTA, and the establishments of the wonderful Indonesia Sustainable Tourism Observatories, or WINSTO. By 2019, the Indonesia Sustainable Tourism Council was established as the national quasi-government body, which served as coalition of stakeholders for sustainable tourism in Indonesia, and followed by the establishment of Sustainable Tourism Certification Body, accredited by our National Accreditation Committee in Indonesia. During 2019 up 2023, pandemic time tested the resilience of our tourism model. We shifted to webinars and digital forums through the STDF online series, launched a CHSE, the abbreviation of Clean, Health, Safety, and Environmental Protocol, as well as certification scheme, and develop a 3-level sustainable tourism training module for stakeholders across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia envisions sustainable tourism as a pathway to align economic growth with environmental care, cultural preservation, and community welfare. Our development approach is guided by 5 key values: attractiveness, localness, competitiveness, inclusiveness, and sustainability, known as RGS. This vision reflects our commitment to develop tourism that contributes to regional development, enhances local well-being, and preserves natural and cultural assets. We believe that sustainable tourism must be people-centered, planet conscious, and visual resilience. Our vision then is to position Indonesia as the epicentrum of quality and sustainable tourism hub in Asia-Pacific. This aligns with the UN SDGs, UN Tourism 12 Aims, and the Global Code of Ethics in Tourism. Then the Indonesia strategy for sustainable tourism development is grounded in 4 key pillars: sustainable management, emphasizing governance structure, stakeholder engagement and response to change; socio-economic sustainability, ensuring local economic benefits, social welfare, and equity; cultural sustainability, protecting both tangible and intangible heritage; and last but not least, environmental sustainability, conserving biodiversity, managing resources, and reducing emission. So these pillars, the above pillars, are operationalized through 6 flagship programs. First, sustainable tourism destination, promoting destination level up in sustainability. Second, sustainable tourism observatories, focusing on the evidence policy through regular or periodic ongoing monitoring and surveillance. Third, sustainable tourism certification, focus on the quality assurance through standard recognition and audits. For sustainable tourism industries, engaging tourism business practices in innovation and sustainability. And sustainable tourism management, focusing on the institutional coordination, planning, and sustainable management, and continuous improvement. And the last flagship is sustainable and responsible marketing, promoting reputation, low impact, value-driven tourism experience. Ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the framework of our sustainable development strategy, here I would like to emphasize that we use our national guidelines that adapt the GSTC standard with the Indonesian values. 5 philosophical principles Pancasila as our values, with the mutual cooperation and community empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, our sustainable tourism efforts rooted or based on a strong policy foundation. We have the 2005 up to 2025 National Development Plan mandates environmental responsible tourism. Law on tourism integrate sustainability as legal requirement. So then we have a ministerial decree ensuring implementation in 10 priorities tourism destination across the country. And also ministerial decree provide comprehensive guidelines for sustainable tourism destination aligns with GSTC standard. And then we also established Indonesia Sustainable Tourism Council as a formalized agency or body under the Ministry of Tourism as a national stakeholders sustainable tourism body platform. We also address thematic issues such as plastic waste in marine tourism areas through ministerial degree, and then together with these policies, we are creating an enabling environmental for sustainable tourism at scales. We use a national guidelines that adapts GST standard, as I mentioned before, with the practices or implementation of Indonesian values. For example, we take initiative for destination assessment and measurements, referring to 4 pillars: management system, socioeconomic, cultural sustainability, and environmental sustainability. So focus on the protection and conservation as well. Across the 10 themes we apply, as I mentioned, that we include 38 criteria, 175 indicators to ensure comprehensive and implementable sustainability. So then we are aware that we push the visitors management with the visitors limit to climate risk and community benefits to emission as our systems. So ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia's certification strategy is also governed by legal framework and supported by standardized procedures, instruments, and trained assessors. We have prioritized about quality and quantity through continuous assessors or auditors development, including master assessor training program. So assessors, in this case, undergo training to ensure quality. So this process turns commitment into measurable action and accelerates best practice across the regions. So, ladies and gentlemen, we also run the UN Tourism, the international network of sustainable tourism observatories in Indonesia. So we take part on the program from UN Tourism as a global platform for monitoring tourism impacts at the destination level using a systematic and science-based data collections. Right now, we have 5 in-store observation recognized by UN Tourism. So each observatory supports local and national stakeholders in evidence-based decision-making by monitoring and surveillancing indicators related to environmental impact, visitors management, community welfare, and tourism pressure. So, ladies and gentlemen, ISTC certification body that I mentioned before has been operationalized since 2019. It is responsible for training master assessors and conducting nationwide certifications. Certification, for example, includes the process of the preparation. We take self-assessment, third-party verification, and public reporting. So this process ensures integrity, transparency, and continual improvement. So the growing of listed of certified village and tourism destinations signals that sustainability is not a niche, but becoming mainstream. Our Sustainable Tourism Certification Program led by ISTC certification body. So we have already achieved several key milestones. Over 40 destination and tourism villages has been certified. So this certification aligns with the global sustainable tourism standard that we also adopted in our national standard. So certification is also based on the self-assessment and verification as well. So ladies and gentlemen, so then we are also having in our program, a milestone is about the green marketing and carbon footprint. So Indonesia is actively promoting responsible travel behaviors through Jejak initiative in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism at the Wonderful Indonesia branding. So then this platform allows all tourists or travelers or visitors to measure their travel-related emissions, such as transportation, accommodation, and activities, and then offset them through reforestation or green action, such as conservation project across the country. So travelers receive a carbon report and contribute directly to the local tree planting efforts and verify the restoration zones. So this initiative is really important to use how the digital innovation can turn individual traveler or visitors' behavior into a collective climate action, bridging policy awareness and impact through a user-friendly tool. So supported by the government, private sector, and civil society partnership. So then we also combined with our sustainable mice green meeting. For example, here you can see that this is one of our milestone that we We implemented a full green event model, reducing food waste, used digital materials, and planted over 1,100 trees to offset 150 tons of carbons. There's also some best practice, such as in Panglipuran village. I think you have been got some knowledge on that. So I just mentioned that Panglipuran village is a successful integration of cultural preservation and environmental issues in tourism setting. So this village is really plastic free with uniform traditional Balinese architecture and communal governance rooted in the local wisdom. So in the recognition of these practices, so this village received UN Tourism Best Tourism Village Award in 2021 and has been certified under Indonesia Sustainable Tourism Standards. Community government is a key here. So tourism revenues fund cultural events, sanitation, forest conservation. So then Panglipur is a living proof and evidence that tradition and innovation can coexist. Another example is Tangkahan ecotourism in the North Sumatra is a very powerful example for community-based sustainable tourism. Once known as illegal logging, that area then transformed by local people who choose to stop destructive practices and become protectors. So shifting the destructive practices to protectors of the forest through collaboration with the Gunung Leser National Park. And now they manage ecotourism services, including elephant bathing, jungle trekking, and river conservation activities. Former loggers have become eco guides, and tourism revenue support their education, reforestation, and livelihood programs. Tangkahan then prove tourism can regenerate not just nature, but communities and values. Ladies and gentlemen, so I think that's all with my sharing. So thank you for your kind attention. Indonesia's journey in sustainable tourism is ongoing, is in a process. It is indeed a journey guided by a shared vision of harmony between nature, culture, and the economy. We believe that sustainability is about the journey, not just the destination. A journey must walk together with collaboration, commitment, care, and heart. So, as we say in Indonesia, semakin dilestarikan, semakin mensejahterakan. The more we preserve, the more we prosper. We invite collaboration across ASEAN and the Pacific Alliance. Please feel free to connect with us through the survey link down in the description below. Let us build a better tourism future together. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi 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 Om.